Hello, we're the Anslow Sisters. I'm Amy Anslow.
And I'm Ruth.
And this is the first of our video journals coming from hiSbe Central, otherwise known as our flat and office in central Brighton. hiSbe stands for how it should be, and during this first video we're going to explain what that means. It's really important that as many people as possible help to shape hiSbe, so we welcome your comments and ideas so that hiSbe can become what you want it to be. As this video journal series continues, we'll explain and reveal more, so keep checking back and also have a browse regularly through the other areas of the website because there's new content coming all the time. But for now, please watch the rest of this video and tell us what you think.
So we're sisters, but up until now we've been doing very different things. Last year we decided we'd be happiest working for ourselves and doing a job that helps other people as well as making money. So we joined forces, we started working on this social enterprise on something that we both really care about. So we've actually done very different things, we've got very different work experience. I did a BSc in International Business and then I went to work for big global corporations. So I spent 15 years working at Unilever and Sara Lee in sales and marketing jobs. But in the end became pretty frustrated really because I found that the higher up you go in these companies, the more it just becomes about just short-term profit. And in the end that wasn't enough for me. So I decided to take what I can do and take my passion for people and communication and do something really positive with marketing. So here I am, I'm working on a project to really build a brand that people can trust.
And my background is in youth and community work. I've worked mainly in the public and voluntary sectors on various partnership projects involving communities. By the end of 2009 I moved to Brighton and decided it was time for a change, I just didn't know what. So while I made up my mind, I thought I'd have some fun and work on the Brighton Christmas market. And I was already aware of a fantastic social enterprise called the Aromo Coffee Company. So I decided to use my stall to talk about and sell their direct trade coffee. And what became clear quite quickly is that a lot of customers were unsure about fair trade and direct trade, what it all meant and why it was so important to buy fair trade anyway. And then Ruth came over to help me out on the stall and we got chatting about products other than coffee and about all the food buying choices that each of us has. And that made us want to really understand the food industry a lot better.
The problem is that we don't always really know what's in our food and what goes into producing and selling it. The food industry is dominated by some very big food processing companies and big retailers, and we just kind of trust and expect these guys to do the right thing by us and treat people fairly. But, you know, we've done a lot of research in this area and the truth is there's some very murky goings on in the food industry. Too often these companies are just more interested in making food as cheap and easy to produce and to get on the shelves than they are about actually giving the British public good real food to eat. So it's no wonder you've got British kids getting more unhealthy and fatter. It's no wonder you've got farmers here going out of business and farmers abroad being exploited. And it's no wonder you've got these big over-intensive factory farm facilities where they set very poor standards of animal welfare and they have very bad environmental processes. This is what happens when you've got an industry that puts profit before people.
When we came across the expression sustainable eating, it didn't mean much to us at first, but it did seem that understanding what it meant was the key to improving some of the issues in food. When we got to the bottom of it, it's simple stuff, like knowing exactly what's gone into our food and knowing if the food has been produced in a way that's helpful or harmful to ourselves, others and the planet, and then making our choices from there.
A lot of people are starting to think about what they're buying, but then there's a lot of confusion around it. For example, how do you choose between an organic banana and a fair trade banana? Well, what about meat? Is it any healthier for you to eat bacon that's come from pigs that have been freedom farmed or bacon that's come from pigs that have been intensively factory farmed? And what about food miles? Green beans may be flown in all the way from Kenya, but on the other hand, they support trade in that country and they're made using real natural farming methods. And what is sustainable eating anyway? It's time to talk honestly about food, to cut through the confusion and to come with some simple explanations about what's going on. And that is what hiSbe is here to do.
So hiSbe will show how it is in the food industry in an interesting and clear way, and ask you to share that information with people that you know, so that we can all decide together if that's how it should be. And if it's not, then take some simple action to make sure that changes happen. When we all put our hands up together at the same time, we can make things change, and that's people power.
Now, people power starts with getting connected, so watch out for hiSbe on Twitter and Facebook, and keep an eye on our website for more content to come.
And if there's anything you'd like us to cover in the next video journal, then just drop us a line or give us a call. Thank you.